Hello, everyone. Predictability, predictability. Vekuve. Breaking. Atiku's ally, ex-governor Aminu Tambuwal, in EFCC custody over 189 billion fraud. Oh, Lord have mercy. So all this while, this person has been out for like how many years? He didn't know he had fraud. It's now all of a sudden that they know that there is this fraud case, and they usually will start with this. The next thing, of course, if you don't want to be prosecuted, you now join APC, and your sins will be clean, will be white. That's it. The last time we saw it is I forgot it. Okowa, yeah. Okowa of Delta State, former governor of Delta State, who now is in APC, not only went to APC, took away all the structure of PDP in Delta State, all the way to APC, including the governor and the chairman and everything, went to APC. And since then, EFCC has not said anything about the case that it has against Okowa. We've also seen the situation of Yaya Bello also walking about freely, even getting a congratulatory message on his birthday from Tinubu. This is someone who is supposed to be, prosecuted. You now find I always say, like, selective justice is injustice. The right thing should be the right thing. For me, I'm for prosecuting anybody, even if it's a dime of the our commonwealth that you took. You need to be prosecuted for it. But when we now have situation where prosecution is done on certain basis, now, anyways, it said the immediate past governor of Sokoto State and known ally of former Vice President Atiku Abubakar, Aminu Tambuwal, is currently in the custody of the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission (EFCC) at its Abuja corporate headquarters. Tambuwal arrived at the EFCC around 11:30 a.m. amid allegations involving fraudulent cash withdrawals totaling 189 billion naira. For me, I actually find it very surprising how it is allowed for cash to be withdrawn to this extent. Doesn't bank have certain rules? I mean, was it wearing this is flag? What is it that the state is doing that is taking out so much cash? I forgot. Remember also there is the what was this thing? Not, oh my goodness, I was thinking of the conditional term. No, this cashless policy that we have in Nigeria, where citizens were supposed to not use more of cash, but this, and I think if I'm not mistaken, there's a place where it's actually even a crime for you to hold to do transaction in certain amount of cash. So how did we get to a place that the state government is able to withdraw 189 billion naira? The anti-graft agency is investigating the transactions for possible violations of the Money Laundering Preventive and Prohibition Act 2002. Tambuwal served as governor of Sokoto's state from 2015 to 2023. And so this is a breaking news. This is actually breaking news coming out right now. It just came out about some minutes ago on this, and then you like, what is the game that is going to be played? Is it one? Is it already politicking that is going on, or is EFCC genuinely prosecuting a case? And one of the things for me is that EFCC and other security agencies should not continue to allow themselves be willing tool of oppression, whereby it is only when maybe I try to see the government in office, but this is not, this is an illegitimate government in office. So when I'm talking generally about governments in office, so this is a way of clamping down on people's voices, coming after them, and stuff like that. So they just bring out your fire. And I always tell people, when you see people just shift before they used to be this way, all of a sudden most times probably they showed you a file at EFCC and then you're like, huh? When did this happen? Because at the end of the day, consistency is very important. It's better to just do the right thing all the time. That 1 second that you're going to do the wrong thing, that's what is going to give somebody a weapon for them to continue to hold it over you. You cannot continue to allow that happen. And with the ADC now, Tambuwal is also part of the ADC and a lot of other people. So things like this are going to be more. For me, it's always about if somebody has done something, prosecute them, but not the one that you're doing selective prosecution. You know who to pick, who not to pick, who to leave, and who not to leave. Daniel Okani says official EFCC are noisemakers. Trust me, you won't hear the story in this. In fact, reasonable prosecution will not be made. Also, the announcement of his arrest already made him a free man. Where is Obiano, ex-Anambra State Governor, now in the USA having fun? I remember immediately after the Anambra State Governor, they were after their own tenure, when they did that whole, he was arrested. I think when he was on his way to the airport, he and his wife, they were arrested. A bit of humiliation, but like he rightly said, where are they now? People have moved on, on that. The youth in process says corruption thrives when citizens stay silent on election day. Choosing credible leaders through mass participation is how we break the cycle and secure fairness for all. I think maybe it's one of those people that put tweets on every conversation, but what he's talking about is very germane. And I think then somebody said, Schwag doctor, something like that. He says, I think Peter Obi should still go with his Okay. What he said, I thought it was like saying that, Peter Obi should go and run for VP. And I'm like, huh? But I think what he's saying is that I think Peter Obi should still go with his VP in the 2023 presidential election, or he can go without any VP at all. You cannot run without a VP. That's a necessity. And then he says the F word around him are too goddamn corrupt for public office. That's what he said. No one is free. Even Atiku himself says another one. And there's someone that comes to self-Trump and he says, I already knew that the only strategy APC has is to destabilize the opposition with EFCC, but it's a dead on arrival plan because Nigerians already know who they want to vote for, and his name is Peter Obi, the only politician without criminal records. And I think that sort of like speaks for itself. But hey, let's continue to watch this developing story and see how it takes itself to. Thank you. Bye.